Welcome to another deep dive. This one is all about the latest and greatest in e-commerce. I'm John.
Hi, everyone.
And I am so excited to be joined by Olivia, a real sustainability pro. Building my online business to 6 figures has been awesome. But man, e-commerce changes so fast. It's like you got to be constantly learning just to keep up.
It really does. There's always something new popping up and kind of changing everything.
And that's exactly why we're here. We got this incredible report about the hottest trends in tech. It'll blow your mind. AI making fashion models, customers trying on clothes virtually, brands getting packages delivered like instantly.
Yeah. It's really fascinating to see how much more powerful customers are becoming. People are demanding more, like convenience and sustainability and authenticity.
Yeah.
And brands have to keep up.
For sure. Let's jump right in with a trend that's been kind of simmering, but it's about to get huge. Augmented reality. AR.
Yeah, AR is moving way past those filters we play with on our phones. We're talking like this year, globally, a projected 1.7 billion AR devices. That's a huge audience ready for a whole new way to shop.
That's wild. So many devices. And it's not just about the cool factor, right?
Right. Over half of shoppers are already using AR while shopping. And get this, they're willing to actually pay more for products they can try on virtually. It's like they want that experience.
Yeah, it makes sense, right? Like trying on clothes without leaving your house, seeing if that new couch would actually look good in your living room. It takes away the guesswork.
Exactly. Less returns, too. Remember that example in the report?
Yeah.
The fashion brand with AR-enabled catalogs?
Yeah, that was so cool.
Customers could scan an outfit and models would pop up in their living room, moving and everything.
Such a smart way to combine the physical and digital worlds.
Oh.
The results were amazing, weren't they?
Incredible. Engagement up by 38% and conversions a whole 22% higher. That's the power of AR right there.
Totally. All right, let's switch gears now and talk about AI. Artificial intelligence is changing everything in e-commerce. But what really blows me away is how much AI is doing behind the scenes, especially in marketing. Like, imagine creating product descriptions and ad copy and even blog posts in a fraction of the time and way cheaper. That's what AI writing tools are doing.
I know, it's crazy. And the report says those AI rating tools are going to be a nearly $6.5 billion market by 2030.
Wow. And it's not even just the writing. AI can change a product visuals too. Remember how expensive photography could be for brands? Well, now AI tools can change backgrounds and models and even dress AI-generated models in different clothes.
Oh, yeah. I loved that example of the coffee company. They used an AI model for their whole ad campaign.
Right. And got a look that would cost a fortune with regular photography.
Exactly. This is giving smaller brands without tons of money so many more creative options. It's really leveling the playing field.
Absolutely. Now, this next trend is really cool because it's all about shopping, where we all spend so much time already scrolling through social media.
Social commerce. Right. It's predicted to be worth over $1 trillion in revenue by 2028.
$1 trillion. With a T. That's a ton of people shopping while they scroll. And think about it. Every year, millions more people are joining the social commerce world. Like TikTok, with their TikTok shop. You can literally buy something without even leaving the app.
It's all about convenience.
And that brings us to another huge trend. Everyone wants flexible payment options.
Totally. It's not just a nice perk anymore. It's essential. Customers want options, and if they don't get them, they're gone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like the report highlighted how dominant digital wallets like Apple Pay and Google Pay are.
Oh, yeah, which makes sense. But buy now, pay later, BNPL is gaining traction too.
And don't forget crypto. More and more online stores are starting to accept it, and the transaction fees are usually lower than with credit cards.
It's definitely something to watch. So we're back, ready to jump into more trends shaping e-commerce.
And we're diving right into a topic that I know is close to your heart, Olivia, sustainability.
Oh, absolutely. This is so important. The demand for sustainable products and packaging is just exploding.
Consumers are making it clear they're willing to spend more for products that match their eco-conscious values.
It's not just talk anymore. They're putting their money where their mouth is. And brands are taking notice.
The report highlighted how brands incorporating those ESG factors, environmental, social, and governance, are seeing way higher growth.
Yeah, way higher. It's not just a little bump either. A recent survey said almost 75% of consumers would pay more for sustainably packaged products.
That makes sense. Think about how much packaging waste e-commerce creates. Remember that crazy stat from the report?
Oh, yeah, that one was wild.
The amount of cardboard used in the U.S. in just 4 months. It could pave a road a mile wide from New York City to LA and back.
It's hard to even imagine that much cardboard. It really shows the scale of the problem.
It does. But the good news is, there are some really innovative brands out there tackling this head on.
Absolutely. One company we saw, they're doing reusable sharing bags and boxes.
Oh yeah, the ones that could be used over 40 times.
More than 40 times, and they've partnered with big retailers too. It proves that sustainability and profits can go together.
Totally. And it doesn't stop there. We're seeing alternatives to traditional packaging everywhere, like water-soluble pouches that just dissolve, packaging made from mushrooms, even seafood-based options.
It's incredible to see so much creativity in sustainable packaging.
Definitely. Speaking of trends that are good for both consumers and businesses, what about e-commerce subscriptions? Are they still going strong, or are people getting tired of them?
It's a little of both, actually. Subscriptions are still growing overall, but yeah, people are being more picky about which ones they keep.
Makes sense. After that pandemic boom, people are watching their spending more closely.
Yeah, definitely. But replenishment subscriptions for things you need all the time, those seem to be doing really well.
The convenience of having everyday stuff just show up, that's a huge draw for busy people.
Totally. Even big players like Walmart are offering replenishment subscriptions now.
They're seeing the value of convenience and, well, keeping customers coming back.
Exactly. And remember those interesting examples from the report, like that vitamin brand from Australia, they've seen amazing growth, and that UK pet food subscription service that got that huge investment.
Those are great examples.
Yeah.
It shows even in a crowded market, there's room for smart subscription models that really meet specific needs.
Totally. Speaking of things that are always with us, what about our phones? Mobile commerce is just getting bigger and bigger.
Oh yeah, it's dominating e-commerce. By 2025, mobile commerce is going to hit over $710 billion in sales.
710 billion just from our phones.
It's mind-blowing. Shopping apps have become the way to browse and buy, and people are spending a ton of time on them.
What's interesting to me is how mobile is blending online and in-store shopping. The report mentioned that almost 3/4 of shoppers use their phones while they're in physical stores.
To compare prices, read reviews, even just to find stuff.
Yeah, exactly. They want a seamless experience across all channels.
And smart retailers are catching on. The report highlighted a retailer with a really good app that personalizes offers and uses smart notifications to keep customers engaged.
That personalization piece is so crucial for winning over customers in such a competitive market.
It is. People want to feel seen and understood. And brands that can do that have a real edge.
The report made an interesting point, too. Customers are actually open to sharing their data if it means getting personalized recommendations and offers.
They want brands to get them, basically.
Right. It's all about trust and being transparent. And AI is playing a huge role in making this level of personalization possible.
It analyzes tons of data to figure out individual preferences and even predict future behavior.
Like that one luxury retailer, they use hundreds of data points to tailor how they communicate with each customer.
They match messages to past purchases and predicted needs, right?
Yeah. And then there's that fashion brand using AI to personalize their whole website, from the ads to the calls to action.
It's all about creating that feeling of, you get me, which builds loyalty and encourages repeat purchases.
For sure. So moving on, what about this trend towards speed and instant gratification? Quick commerce is definitely heating up.
Everyone wants everything delivered yesterday. We're so used to instant gratification, and we'll pay a premium for it.
Totally. The report talked about the rise of dark stores. Have you heard of those?
Yeah, like little mini warehouses, right?
Right, in urban areas, stocked specifically for super fast delivery. They're a big part of this quick commerce boom.
And we're also seeing delivery services teaming up with major retailers to get those packages delivered ASAP. Remember that fashion startup in London?
The one that promises delivery within 90 minutes.
90 minutes. It's mind-blowing how fast things are moving. Quick commerce is definitely here to stay, that's for sure.
Absolutely. Okay, let's switch gears to a trend that's good for our wallets and the planet, the secondhand e-commerce boom.
This is such a win-win. Shoppers save money, and it's way better for the environment.
Exactly. The report predicts that the resale market is going to be worth over $100 billion by 2026.
$100 billion. That's incredible.
It's being driven by this growing awareness of sustainability, and also people want unique and affordable finds.
For sure. And fashion is one of the hottest categories for online resale.
Oh, definitely. Platforms like Poshmark, ThredUp, Depop, they're really popular.
Even traditional thrift stores like Goodwill,
Yeah.
they're getting in on the action, selling donated stuff online to reach more people.
It's amazing to see the circular economy in action, giving things a second life instead of ending up in a landfill.
Totally. So last trend for now, this shopping experience that's huge in China and starting to make its way here, live stream shopping.
It's like QVC for the digital age.
Right. You've got these charismatic hosts showing products in real time, talking to viewers, creating this buzz around the products.
It's still early days here in the US, but platforms like TikTok are really investing in it.
They're giving incentives to creators who use their live stream shopping features, right?
Yeah. And platforms like Poshmark have already launched their live shopping features.
It's all about giving sellers a more personal, interactive way to connect with buyers.
Definitely. It'll be interesting to see if live stream shopping takes off here or stays niche.
I guess we'll have to wait and see, especially with consumers always wanting more engaging and authentic experiences.
Absolutely. Okay, that was a whirlwind tour of some major e-commerce trends.
We covered a lot, from AR and AI to sustainability and social commerce.
I don't know about you, but I'm feeling excited and maybe a little overwhelmed by just how fast e-commerce is changing.
It's definitely a fast-paced and constantly evolving world.
It is. But before we get too caught up in the future, I want to circle back to a trend that's making waves right now, and it's causing quite a stir in influencer marketing.
Oh yeah, what is it?
The rise of de-influencing. It's so fascinating, and it says a lot about how the relationship between consumers and influencers is shifting.
Right. It goes back to that demand for authenticity and transparency we talked about.
Exactly. De-influencing is a direct response to that. It's pushing back against all that overly polished, often fake content that's everywhere in influencer marketing.
People are tired of being sold to. They want real recommendations and honest reviews.
Yeah. The report mentioned how that hashtag de-influencing has exploded on TikTok, with creators calling out brands and products that don't live up to the hype.
It's a wake-up call for brands that depend a lot on influencer marketing.
Oh, for sure. They have to choose their partners carefully and make sure the content feels genuine and relatable.
Those days of super scripted endorsements are over. Consumers are savvy. They can tell when something's not authentic.
Exactly. Transparency builds trust, which is essential for any strong brand-consumer relationship.
Couldn't agree more. Okay,
Yeah.
Before we wrap up, I want to talk about one more trend that's super important, the evolution of customer service in e-commerce.
Oh, yeah, that's a big one. Customer service has always been crucial, but with how fast everything moves online, it's even more critical now.
Consumers expect answers and solutions right away. They want instant gratification, even with support.
And if they don't get it, they'll go somewhere else in a heartbeat.
Exactly. The report highlighted how AI is transforming customer service.
Yeah, it's allowing brands to offer 24/7 support, automate those basic responses, and make interactions more personalized.
Like those AI-powered chatbots, they can handle simple questions, which frees up human agents to deal with more complex issues.
Right. It's all about streamlining the support process and making it more efficient.
I remember that one company in the report, they're using AI to analyze customer sentiment.
Oh, yeah. Identifying common complaints and areas where they can improve.
It's a smart way to use AI to get valuable insights and address customer concerns before they become big problems.
It really is amazing how AI can make things better for both customers and businesses.
We've talked about so much today, from AR and AI to being sustainable and all the social commerce stuff. E-commerce just keeps changing.
It's definitely exciting and a lot to keep up with. But before we finish up, there was one more trend from the report that really stuck with me, the secondhand e-commerce boom.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. Good for shoppers and the planet.
Right. Shoppers save money, and it's way better for the environment. It's a win-win.
The report said the resale market's going to be worth over $100 billion by 2026. That's huge.
It's massive. A few things are driving it, like consumers are realizing how bad fast fashion is for the environment, all that overconsumption. And at the same time, people want unique stuff, vintage and one-of-a-kind pieces.
Absolutely. And fashion is definitely leading the way in online resale. Those platforms like Poshmark, ThredUp, Depop, they're getting really popular.
They are. And even those traditional thrift stores like Goodwill are getting in on it, selling donated items online so they can reach more people.
It's a perfect example of how technology can support the whole circular economy idea, giving things a second life instead of just throwing them away.
Exactly. Okay, so we've talked about what's happening now in e-commerce, but what about the future? What's coming next?
Well, the report didn't exactly have a crystal ball, but it did have some interesting ideas about what the future might hold.
One that caught my eye was shoppable videos. Like, imagine you're watching a video, you see something you want, and boom, you can buy it right there without leaving the video.
That would be so convenient. But I wonder, would that make people buy even more stuff without thinking?
Yeah, that's a good point. It shows how important responsible marketing is and that consumers have to be aware too.
Definitely. What else did the report say?
Well, another possibility is even more personalization, like hyper-personalization. AI could create these totally customized shopping experiences. Everything, recommendations, marketing messages, all tailored to each person.
Wow. That's wild.
Yeah.
But doesn't that bring up some privacy issues? And is it ethical to use AI like that?
Oh, absolutely. It's a tough balance to find, personalization versus privacy. It'll be really important to get that right.
I agree. Anything else?
Well, we can't forget about the metaverse. It's early days, but some people think virtual reality and augmented reality could completely change how we shop.
Yeah. Like trying on clothes virtually, checking out virtual stores, interacting with products in totally new ways.
It sounds futuristic, but who knows? Maybe it'll happen sooner than we think.
It would be pretty amazing. Well, Olivia, this has been a fantastic journey exploring all these trends and insights with you.
I know. It's been so interesting. The future of e-commerce is definitely full of possibilities, exciting ones, and some that will be challenging.
For sure. So, to wrap up this deep dive, we want to leave you with this thought. The future of e-commerce is about more than just the tech. It's about connecting with people.
It's about building relationships, being trustworthy, and creating experiences that really resonate with consumers.
Couldn't agree more. So as you navigate this ever-changing world of e-commerce, remember to stay curious, be ready to adapt, and most importantly, stay connected with your customers.
That's so important.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. Be sure to subscribe to the deep dive so you don't miss any future episodes. We'll be back soon with more fascinating topics and insightful discussions.
We'll see you next time.
Until then, happy shopping.